Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. And we'll have a look at this puzzle in a moment. I do want to mention our Groundhog Day reward puzzle this month, which the solvers have just been coming in myriad numbers. And Simon has suggested to me a special effect, and we'll be playing the day 2 solvers. We'll be showing them at the end of the video using the special effect he recommended to me, so you can wait for that, I guess. Now, firstly, do have a look at Patreon. If you haven't tried that puzzle, it is proving very popular, the Groundhog Day puzzle. I mean, hundreds now of correct solutions. Thank you so much to everybody who's had a go at it, commented on it, and very positive reviews. Also, there's loads of other stuff on Patreon over the last month and going back much further than that. 3 or 4 items at least every month that we post on that, either new content or videos, interesting stuff, new puzzles, I mean, or new content. Also, our apps are always available on App Store, on Android or on Steam, and again, they have proved very popular, so we do recommend them. Now, if you were watching a video I did about 3 weeks ago, had the tragic story of Bill Murphy's girlfriend who sadly died trying to save some swimmers who were in difficulties in Australia. And Bill's tribute puzzle was one that we featured that day, and I think very rightly so. And it was... well, it wasn't a tribute puzzle. It was actually his plan to ask her to marry him. I mean, incredibly sad that that could never come to pass. Now, Bill had also sent us a puzzle which he was more proud of as a construction, and we haven't done that yet. I am planning to do that today. So this is what we have on the screen. It's called Factors Not Included. The rule set is basically that the larger circles show, or should show, the 4 digits in the surrounding 2x2 box. However, as you can see, they're all blank, and that's because there is a rule. They are factors of 12, but they're not shown. So they should have appeared in the circles, but they are factors of 12. They're not shown. They could be, I guess, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 6, therefore. Now, the black and white dots are more familiar. Black dots show a ratio of 1 to 2 between the 2 cells. So these 2 cells could contain 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6, or 4, 8 in one order or the other. And the white dots show consecutive cells. There is no negative crop key constraint here, so not all dots are marked. And that's it. Normal Sudoku rules. And that's the puzzle. Bill's pleased with it, and it's been getting good reviews on Discord, and we are very happy to give it a go here and see how we do with factors not included. Do try it on the link below the video. I will also be providing a link to a page for donation to Multiple Sclerosis Society in honor of Bill's girlfriend, and you know, I recommend it, frankly. You know, Bill's a good guy. He's created some good content for the channel, and he's going through an incredibly tough time now, as are Lisa's family. So our hearts go out to them. Now, that said, let's get cracking. Let's have a look at this. So these large circles, the numbers surrounding them, yeah, I mean, that was quite interesting just in explaining the rules, to realize that they have to be from 1, 2, 3, 4, or 6. They are factors of 12. So there is some limit over what they can be. Now, I'm just checking out in my head. There's no way 5, 7, 8, or 9. No, they're not factors of 12. So that's the right set. Now here we have a little run of 4 consecutive cells. But in these 3, we can't include more than one of 1, 2, 3, 4, or 6, because these 4 cells must include 4 of those numbers. There's only 1 left over to go in those. So I think that means we couldn't start with anything as low as 3 or below here, because that would require 4, 5, and 6 to be in the cells. It doesn't have to go up, but if you went down from any of these numbers, you would run into all sorts of clashing problems. So yeah, I think we could start with 4 or 6. So this is going to be odd, 5 or 7. This will be 6 or 8. This will be 7 or 9. This one below that is connected as well. It's in a different box, so it can be a repeat. 6 or 8, I guess, another even digit. Yeah, I don't think we can go further than that. Okay, I was hoping to be able to do more. Now this black dot must contain, well, there's lots of possibilities. 1, 2, 2, 4, or 3, 6. 3 different possibilities. So that's not all that helpful. Again, each of these digits can be on a black dot, so they're not really... there's a black dot down here. Okay, and that's going to need... right, yes, it can't use 2 of the digits from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6, or you just wouldn't have enough for these 4. So it uses 8, the other possible digit, and 4. There we go. That's an 8-4 pair, leaving 1, 2, 3, 6 on the big dot, 5, 7, and 9 in the other cells in the box. So this one can't be a 9 because it's consecutive to this. In fact, this has to be a 6. That's our first full digit in the grid because it's next to 5 or 7. So we can take 6 out of those cells. We can take 6 out of those. And 6 out of those. But taking 6 out of that on the black dot means we can take 3 out of that. Now look, 4 and 8, they're an interesting pair. Looking at these 3 cells, so where does 8 go in box 7? 8 must drop down into one of those 2, and that's looking up at this. So we now know that's a 6, which means this goes 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's right, that must be right. Take 4 and 6 out of there. We've got 8 and 9 left to fill in the box. This one's on a white dot, so 7, 8, or 9 below it. Right, and now we've got a 7 and an 8 or a 9 looking at those 3 cells. So they're gonna have to slot in here. One of them's definitely a 7, and that's looking at these 2 cells. So now we know this is a 5. That gives us the 9 and the 7 as well here. That doesn't do anything else, but this 5 is now looking back up at these cells. That's lovely. So 5 now goes into this area. I mean, you can suddenly see how these corner cells are very deliberately placed, these the large factor dots in the corner, so that these alleys around them provide really interesting information. So let's keep working it anyway. Yeah, 9 there means 9 can come out of there. So that's a 7-8 pair. It means 9 has to go into here. So this is a 5-9 pair. That's 1, 2, 3, or 4. I can see a 6 looking at it. And 8 now is looking straight back down at this 4-8 pair. I love it when these puzzles have information that just keeps feeding back on itself. So here we go. 8, 7 can't go in there, so they must go in down here. And they're looking up at this. So that becomes a 9. 8 there, that's now odd. That 8, okay. Maybe that little chain of fun runs out there. This is 1, 2, or 3, just by Sudoku. We've got 9, 5, 6, 4, 8, 7 looking at that cell. So it's 1, 2, or 3. That forms a quintuple with those numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 in this box must be restricted to those 5 cells. So this is a 5-9 pair. Then these can come from 1, 2, 3, and 6. These from 1, 2, 3, and 4. these from 1, 2, 3, and 4. I love this way it's working. 4 is looking up at that, so these are from 1, 2, 3, and 6. So we've really milked those dominoes around the 2x2 blocks quite hard now. Now, what does this mean? We've got, well, this can't be a 3. That's not actually 6, 3, 2 is possible. Okay, that's not as helpful as I'd hoped. Okay, let's just do some ordinary stuff. Take 4 out of those 2 cells. And where does 4 go in this box now? Well, it's got to be on the black dot. So that must be, I think, a 4-2 black dot. Yes. So we can take 2 out of the other cells. In fact, we know where 6 is in this box. Could have seen that before, but it came clearer as we limited the others. 2 is looking along at those, so we can put 2 in box 1. Those can't have a 2. These can't have a 4. Again, the 6. Oh no, it's in one of 2 places. I was going to say it's got isolated. Not quite true. A 5 or 9 there. So this is 4 or 8 on that dot. And look, we've got a run of 4 here. Okay, what? 7, 6, 7. Well, first of all, what's this pair? Okay, the simple thing to do is go, where do 5 and 9 go in this column? Well, one of them goes on this pair because we've only got one other cell that contains them. So this is either 9, 8, which would have to be this way round because it's a run that continues round here. Or 5's on it, not with 6, so it would be 5, 4. 4, 5, 6, 7 is impossible because 6 would clash there. So 5, 4, 3, 2. So I think this either goes 5, 4, 3, 2 or 9, 8, 7, 6. 4, 3, 2 would have quite a big impact on that. But it could be 1. Okay, where do 5 and 9 go in this column? Same question, similar answer. One of them is on this dot. So this is either a 5, 6 or a 9, 8 dot. And now we have a 5, 8, 6, 9 quadruple in the column. I'll come back to the effect on row 6, I hope. But we can get rid of 6 out of that because of this quadruple. And therefore 6 is fixed in this. That's 6 in the corner. Now, right, so this could be 6, 7, 8 or 2, 3, 4. Oh, well, this is on the black dot. What am I doing putting a 5 or 9 on it? Absolute nonsense. So we have a 5 or 9 here. Again, that hasn't ruled anything out. This is now 3 or 4, definitely. We've got a 6, 8 pair. Doesn't really help. This is the only place for 4 I've just noticed in box 7. How about this dot then? We'll come down here. There's a 1, 2, 3 pair in this row. Triple. So this can't be 6, 3. It can't involve 1 or 2. It must be 4, 8 on the dot there. That fixes this as 7. This is 8. This is 7 or 9. This is 5. That's the only thing left on the bottom row. 6 is down. There's another dot here. 4, 8, 5, 6. Not possible. It could be 7 with a 6 there. Otherwise, that would force this down to be 1, 2, or 3. But 9 can't be there. 9 must be in one of these 2 cells. That's not that helpful. I still think, I've got a 4-8 pair. Does that do anything? No, not at all. Okay, this is next to 1, 2, 3, or 6. I don't see how I can use that. Maybe there's something going on up here. No. There's a pair, I mean a consecutive pair there, and yet 3 out of 1, 2, 3, and 4 must be used in these 4 cells, and 5's used there. So I don't think, yeah, if this was 1, 2, 2, 3, or 3, 4, we'd have too many 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6's. So it's not those, it's got to be higher than 5. It's either 6, 7, 7, 8, or 8, 9. If it was 6, 7, it would be that way round. 7, 8 could be either way round. 8, 9 would have to be with the 8 there. Is that? That's not forming a triple with that quite. Oh, I don't quite understand. Oh. What have we got here? Only one of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 can be in here. Ah, so if this was 6, 7, 8, then we'd have to have 5 and 9 in these cells. And there's no way that can happen because of that. That is right. Yes, if this was, yes, that's the way to look at it. If this was 6, 7, 8, we'd have a 7, 8 pair here. This would have to include 5 and 9, and that would be impossible. So this is 2, 3, 4, going up to 5. We can put in 8 and 9. Now we can put in 5. Oh, this clears out loads of stuff. So we've got 7 and 9. Well, we can tell which way round from the dot. That fixes 3 and 1. We can do the 4 and 2 now. That puts 2 here. Takes it out of those cells. That can't be 2. No, now we have got 2, 3, 4 looking at this cell. I didn't think that was going to happen, but it did. That's not 1. This it can't be 6. Yeah, I mean that one revelation has cleared up everything, I think. We may be closing in on a finish suddenly, although that could be famous last words. 6, 8, 9 fixes that as a 7. We've got a 5 there, naked single, 2 or 3 there. 9 and 5 are placed now. Okay, I can't see what to do there. 6, 7, and 8 are the group here. So 6 is not there. Now, 1 isn't in the top. 4 isn't in the bottom of that 2 by 2. So now we've got a 2, 3, 4 triple. That makes that a 5. Another 1, 2, 3 triple, making that a 9. What is this relationship? Not a 3 here, obviously. Can't go 2, 1, because that would need another 2 here. So we can forget the 1. That's a 2, 4 pair. This is odd, and it can't be 1 or 5. So that's 3, which doesn't clear that one up. 7 or 8 there. So I've got a 7, 8 pair in the row. 9 there. 8 at the top. That fixes the 7s and 8s. This, this first becomes a 7, then this is a 6. We can put in 7 and 8. This has been a very clever puzzle. I mean, it's finishing, I think, now, but most enjoyable. No wonder Bill's quite pleased with that. That has to be a 1 now, I think. So that's not 1 or 3. We've got 5 and 6 to put in the top row. That 6 comes out of there. So, the 8 has sorted out that 4-8 pair. That's not 4. We've got a 2-4 pair there, so this is a 6 with 9. This is from 1, 2, 3. Now I've just got to disambiguate these final bits. Ooh, what am I using to do this? 2 must be included on that dot, so it's not there. That didn't do it. Definitely didn't do it. It's also not there. Oh, and that can't be 3, sorry. That's just poor scanning and everything. That's part of a 2-4 pair. Now, uniqueness tells me that can't be a 2 or a 4, but that's not enough. This does finish. Oh, there's a 1 here. So those aren't 1. And a 1-3 pair in column 2 that I had not seen, that's been staring at me for a while. Sorry if you're shouting about that one today. Plenty to shout about in this puzzle, I imagine, because a lot of it came quite quickly. So scanning and realizing the effects with all the various rules is pretty difficult. Unsurprisingly, that wasn't a 2-4 pair in a deadly pattern there. And there we go. So let's check. Looks good to me too. There we go. That's a lovely puzzle from Bill. Again, I mean, what can one say? You know, our commiserations go out to Bill. It's a terrible time for him and for Lisa's family. But I'm very sorry about that. And now we move on to the people who have solved the Groundhog Day puzzle. On day 2, these days are marked by random things like when I record my videos. So sorry if you didn't make this cutoff, but if you have submitted between about 1 PM UK time yesterday and 4 PM UK time today, your name should appear in this list. And with that, I shall say bye for now.